So, about a week ago, I heard David Guetta using AI to generate Eminem's voice on his track.
This is the future rave sound. I'm getting lost in an underground.
So, I got curious. Will I be able to become a famous electronic producer with AI? Not to worry, you're not gonna get some BS video promising some unrealistic results. Now what you're gonna get is an honest perspective and several AI tools for generating music that I've gathered over the last few months. And later in this video, I'll show you what tools real musicians like Beretta from Glitchmob are using to generate music. So let's get into it. Now for some context, we'll take a look at the big boys of artificial intelligence, mainly OpenAI, Google, and Stability.ai, and their progress in making AI music. And then we'll go over to specific tools as of 2023. Now, OpenAI has two studies, mainly Jukebox and Usenet, and they've done some interesting results, but their open source code has also been updated maybe like 2 to 3 years ago, and they didn't provide any ways to play with their models. So likely they're focusing on ChatGPT right now and teaming up with Microsoft against Google. Now I will leave all the links in the description in case you want to take a look. Now speaking of Google, as of January 2023, they released a paper about Music ML, which they're able to generate some amazing music. Now if you check their website, you'll see cool beats they're able to make. Now other YouTubers like Marques Brownlee has covered this a little bit already. Now unfortunately they don't provide or release any of this for the public to play with and basically generate awesome music. Now out of the big players, only Stability.ai is the only one that basically provides an open source model that you and I can play with. Now do you remember Stable Diffusion from a couple months ago where you basically could do amazing text to image generation? Well, they basically released a model for music called Dance Diffusion. Now I played with this model using Google Colab, and it takes about 5 to 10 minutes to set up and get everything running smoothly. And basically I'm going to share this in the screen with you. But then I tried playing with the results, and to be honest, they were not something I would listen to on a regular basis. Now I know Stability team is working really hard and open sourcing this stuff, so it's free, so I can't ask for much. So, basically I'll check in a few months from now and see if there's any progress. Now the point of this video is to save you a bunch of time. So let me show you AI tools you can actually use to generate music. Now the first one is Aiva.ai. It basically generates the more typical techno, deep house, music, kind of stuff like that. Now the cool thing about it is that it's fully customizable. So after you generate your track, you basically can move the different beats around. So here's the sound that I generated, and you'll be able to see that I can move around the notes to customize the track. Now the next one is Mubert. Now it's another tool and it provides text to sound generation similar to what you may be used to with Midjourney or DALL-E 2. Now here you can see me type in Beatles music mixed with minimal techno, and this is the result. Which is alright, it's not terrible. Now one honorable mention is that if you want to split out music, let's say you want to remove lyrics, then Lala.ai is pretty good for this. Now there are a few other tools, like there's Boomy, Magenta, Refusion, but to be honest, I've kind of gotten lackluster results and a little customization from it. So this is all cool, but what are real musicians that make a living on their craft? What are they using these days? Now I was fortunate to hear a talk from Beretta from Glitchmob a few months ago here in Mexico City. And he has been playing around with more generative music like his Infinite Portal project. Now the difference between generative and AI music is that in this case you're using code to directly generate interesting music patterns. Now on the other hand, AI uses neural nets to go through tons of existing music and tries to generate patterns for you that you think basically you might like. Now Beretta personally uses Cables.jl for some of his projects. Now the bar to learn how to use this is a bit higher. Now there are tons of videos on YouTube that go over this in greater detail. Now here's one example from the Cables.jl YouTube channel. And the cool thing is that you're able to generate graphics as well. Now Beretta also recommended to check out Brian Eno on some of the tools that he's been able to create. So one of them is Strobe, which is only available on iOS currently. Now here, again, you'll notice that I'm basically using the interface on my phone or code to generate generative music, which I thought was pretty freaking cool. I think you should follow both Brian and Beretta because they've been making a living on this, and I'm sure they're going to come out with amazing stuff in the future. Now, to summarize, it's impressive that AI and machine learning can generate comprehensible music, but did I find it inspiring or awesome? Did I feel like the songs generated moved me in some sort of way? With Beretta and Brian Eno, yes, but those guys have put in tons of time on a daily basis and just basically perfecting their craft. With AI tools mentioned earlier in the video, currently, no. At best, some of them can basically serve as background music. And I'm sure some of the teams are working really hard on this, so we'll see what happens. But if you want to just royalty-free music, you basically can use websites like epidemicsound.com, which I use for the background of my videos. And they have some awesome tracks that are better than anything I was able to generate in a couple of days with the AI music tools. Now, AI music generation has also been around for several years now. Now, back in the day, I remember Amper Music was able to generate AI music as well several years ago. And now it seems like they were sold to Shutterstock to provide background royalty-free music now. Now, it seems like OpenAI and Google are not going to release their awesome AI music models for us to easily play with because they probably don't have any financial incentive to do so, right? Now, they're more interested in making money from Google search results and with ChatGPT and so on. Now, Stability.ai, on the other hand, is the one that's releasing open source models for us to play with, like Stable and Dance Diffusion. So once they have more refined models, I may do another video on it. Now, are there any tools that I missed or cool emerging artists that are using this sort of tech? Now, we're here to learn together, so feel free to leave a comment. I'm really curious what you come across. On this channel, I cover more emerging tech content, so don't forget to like and subscribe for more awesome content. Thank you for watching. Have a good day. See ya.